Morning, everyone. It's Friday, April 14th. I am approximately 1 mile away here in St. Joseph, Michigan, from the best example of God's creation of a stationary topographical plane, looking out 62 miles across Lake Michigan to Chicago. Just a few thoughts. It's been said that people will believe a big lie rather than a little lie. If they tell the big lie often enough, sooner or later people will come to believe it. That's very true when it comes to this outer space fairy tale religion that the anti-flat earthers, globers, ballers like to throw at us. The most perfect example of telling a big lie is this outer space travel, where something can be moved forward like a rocket and that something is actually opposing it, a medium, as Newton's third law tells us, third law of motion tells us. Something that is propelled forward has an opposite reaction pushing back. And we're told there's something that pushes back and that allows the rocket to be propelled forward in the 10 to the negative 17 torr of outer space. We're told that. And we're told that by watching Star Trek and all these shows on TV, that they're propelling themselves off of nothing, which here on Earth could not happen. You have cars, resistance to the ground and air. You have submarines, resistance to the water. You have airplanes, resistant to the air. But when it goes to outer space, you can be propelled off of nothing. But we're told that there's something inside the rocket that causes it to be propelled to move forward. People will believe a big lie rather than a little lie. If you tell the big lie often enough, sooner or later people will come to believe it. They have come to believe the big lie that Newton's third law of motion doesn't apply in outer space, even though it applies here on Earth. It is a huge lie. When you come to the outer space fairy tale religion, a rocket cannot push off of nothing. Even if you say there's something inside this mystical, mysterious rocket that can cause something to happen, it still has to push off of outer space, the vacuum of outer space. It cannot, and it doesn't. It is a huge lie. People will believe a big lie rather than a small lie. If you tell the big lie often enough, sooner or later people will come to believe it. We've been sold the big lie of outer space travel in the vacuum 10 to the negative 17 torr of outer space. Why? You have to ask those people that brought us this huge lie. But outer space travel in the vacuum of outer space, where you cannot push off of anything, is a violation of Newton's third law of motion. Therefore, it cannot happen. It can't happen here on Earth, and it certainly can't happen in the fairy tale of the outer space religion. If that bothers you, I don't care. Whether you believe the lie and repeat it, or you just believe the lie because you were taught it, I can't help you. Newton's third law of motion says you have to have some sort of medium pushing against the action going forward. There is none in the vacuum of outer space, no matter what you want to convince people of that's happening inside the rocket, outside the rocket, whatever. It cannot happen. It is a huge lie. People would rather believe a big lie than a little lie. If you tell the big lie often enough, sooner or later people will come to believe it. And they've been told the big lie about outer space travel and about pushing off of nothing for so long now. People have come to believe that it's possible. It is not possible. Folks, you don't live on a spinning, watery, curvy, bendy ball in the vacuum of outer space. You do not. But you were told from your earliest memories, maybe the crib, maybe when your mom and dad were reading to you when you're 2, 3 years old, and they were flipping through the pages of the book and they happened to see a round ball, and you were brainwashed that way, or you were brainwashed when you went into kindergarten at age 5, and you were continually brainwashed through education, through entertainment, and you believe to this day. You gave up Santa Claus, you gave up the Tooth Fairy, you gave up the Fairy Godmother, you gave up the Easter Bunny, but you never gave up your spinning, watery, curvy, bendy ball, globe, oscillating spheroid, oblate spheroid, planet sphere, whatever you want to call it, as you got older, and you believe it today, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, or 80 years old. You never grew out of your ball. Shame on you. So anyway, thanks for listening. It's going to be a beautiful day here in St. Joseph, Michigan. Beautiful day to look out at the best example in the entire world of God's creation of a stationary topographical plane. Take care.